What is up? This is your LA in a minute, and every year in Los Angeles, the streets become less safe for pedestrians, bike riders, and drivers. In fact, in 2023, Los Angeles had more deaths from traffic than homicides. So this begs the question, how do we make LA streets safer? Let's get into it. First, the numbers. In 2023, 337 people were killed from crashes in the city of Los Angeles streets. Again, that's more deaths from traffic fatalities than homicides. It's also the #1 cause of death in children in Los Angeles. Additionally, more than 1,500 people had what was considered a severe injury from a car crash. That's more than one every 5 hours. That means broken bones, extreme bleeding, paralysis, serious stuff. That makes Los Angeles the most dangerous city for pedestrians in the entire United States, continuing a deadly trend. Back in 2015, the LA City Council tried to stem this alarming increase by passing something called Mobility Plan 2035, which is underlined by something called Vision Zero, a plan to decrease transportation-related fatalities to zero by the year 2025. Again, that Vision Zero is part of the mobility plan, which prioritizes safety, promises upgrades to the more than 2,500 miles of city streets to better support movement for drivers, pedestrians, transit riders, and cyclists. The plan included hundreds of miles of new bus-only lanes and protected bike lanes, as well as sidewalk and streetscape enhancements in neighborhoods with a lot of pedestrians. So there was an opportunity for the city to implement this plan every time a street was repaved, which makes sense because the city repaves 6.6% of the roads, or 500 miles of streets every year. But the issue was the city never created a mechanism to implement the plan, and it was implemented very slowly. In fact, between 2015 and 2021, the city paid out almost $60 million more in liability claims than they did investing in the mobility plan. This is to settle lawsuits brought on by people hurt or killed in LA streets. In fact, let me put this in a different perspective. Only 5% of the mobility plan mileage has been improved since 2015, and at this rate, it's going to take 160 years to build out the minimum network of safe streets in LA. That's why I've been intrigued by these billboards that tout Measure HLA on this year's ballot. Turns out Measure HLA would force the city to carry out the improvements in the already approved mobility plan. Anytime city departments repave at least 1/8 of a mile of street, they have to add the improvements outlined in the plan, whether it's bike lanes, bus lanes, pedestrian enhancements, or fixes to ease vehicle traffic. Here's the best part. Measure HLA doesn't raise taxes. These improvements will be made during routine street maintenance, saving money and time. In fact, since the city already repaves 500 miles of streets every year, the cost of implementing the mobility plan when repaving is minimal when streets are getting repaved anyway. Now, opponents of Measure HLA argue that the initiative is anti-car because it may result in some projects that remove traffic lanes, which could slow commuters and emergency response. But the thing is, emergency vehicles, ambulances, fire trucks, police cars can use the bus-only lane to speed past traffic in an emergency, which actually improves emergency response time. And the city's already done a delay analysis of peak traffic times along San Vicente and Venice Boulevard, which have already implemented the mobility plan. And it shows that people are sitting in traffic for only marginally longer, which is a very small price to pay for lives being saved, and that will be saved throughout the city. All right, LA, it's been a minute.